Carter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SarterHeyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
There's no place like McKinney's Irish Pub for St. Patrick's Day, so mark your calendars to join in on the fun for their 12th annual Street Festival. The party goes all weekend long, but starts on March 14th and 15th with tons of giveaways, great Irish food, and green beer. And it continues on Tuesday the 17th for actual St. Patrick's Day. Doors open for the bar at 9 a.m. on Saturday, 11 a.m. on Sunday, and 9 a.m. on Tuesday. And the street party starts at 2 p.m. all 3 days. Don't miss out on great music and great fun with no cover charge for St. Patrick's Day weekend at McKinney's Irish Pub, located at 8th and P.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
Fans, are you craving the ultimate game day experience? Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill has your front row seat to all the action. Dive into delicious wings, juicy burgers, and ice-cold drinks, all served up with TVs covering every inch of the wall, so you'll never miss a play. Rally your crew, cheer on your team, and take advantage of game night specials every week. Stop in for a Nebraska basketball game with a party of 4 or more and receive a free pitcher of beer. Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill, right by the Lincoln Airport at 3111 Northwest 12th Street. There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has zero hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost, and get a house that you're going to be happy with. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved, because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Welcome into a presentation of high school girls state basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Girls state basketball on The Ticket is presented by Union Bank and Trust, Nebraska Hematology Oncology, Concordia University, Nest 529 Direct Plan, Peru State College, General Excavating, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Doane University, Play It Again Sports, Sunbelt Rentals, the Nebraska Army National Guard, Big Ten Sports Bar, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, and Jimmy John's. Now calling all the action, here is Nick Sainert.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena as we've had an extended break. Thanks to Bach and the team back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios for holding down the fort. Major thanks to Austin Norman for the play-by-play on the 10:45 game. And now Jay Foreman alongside Nick Sainert coming to you from Pinnacle Bank Arena as we are ready to go for Class A semifinal action between the number 1 seed Lincoln North Star Gators and the Millard West Wildcats. The Wildcats and Millard West, the two-time back-to-back defending state champion. They won it in 24. They won it last season in 25. But Jay Foreman today, they're going to have to play some exceptional basketball to dethrone the number 1 seed Lincoln North Star Gators.
Yeah, it's kind of like the annual matchup all the way back when some of these young ladies were freshmen. And now you think about Annie Lou and company. They were freshmen facing the Gesser twins and getting introduction to big-time basketball. Now I think the tables are flipped. North Star's the number 1 team, seasoned, veteran, got some youth as well. One last superstar for Millard West and Paven. Can she strung up enough another superstar performance to try to get them over the hump, or is this North Star's year? I think it's a styles make fights. The guards from Millard West are going to have to withstand this pressure and link. And for North Star, I think is going to be really motivated. Probably a little bit of a choppy first game.
Yeah.
Let's see how they play this game.
Well, you talked about it yesterday that the first game, for especially even for teams that are of this magnitude, first game might be the toughest for both of these sides. We saw Millard West, they were able to go out there and knock off a tough, gritty Omaha West Side team. They got West Side in a little bit of foul trouble as well. That helped them out, but they used a big second half run. For Lincoln North Star, man, we talk about an ugly game. It was a game that had 27 turnovers forced by Lincoln North Star. You would expect, okay, an opponent commits 27, almost 30 turnovers. You should win pretty handily. That wasn't the case against Millard North.
Yeah, it was close all the way to the middle of the third quarter, and you think with 27 turnovers with this type of skill, when you think about Annie Lou, Anderson, and company, that they would score close to 100 points. But Millard North was game. They know each other, been battling enough, but I think sometimes you're going to get an uptick in points and performance the second go-round. So this is a clash of the Titans right here. This is a familiar walk and handshake that they've done for the last 3 or 4 years.
We are about ready to go here from Pinnacle Bank Arena. The two sides have shook hands, and we will have 4 more games coming your way on the Ticket airwaves today, as Class A will start us off for the next 2, and then Class B to round out the evening, all leading up to Championship Saturday tomorrow. For the Lincoln North Star Gators, let's talk about them. Led by head coach Tommy Johnson, the starting 5 for them, the same as usual. Joyce Johnson, KJ Pinchin, Kendall Anderson, Annie Lou, and Corbin Pierce. They do start a freshman in Corbin Pierce, but what do you like about the starting five for Coach Johnson?
I love it. I mean, you got Joyce Johnson that's been the veteran. She kind of stirs the pot. She does a little bit of everything. And then you got KJ Pinchon that's going to Stephen F. Austin. Then you got Kendall Anderson, the veteran, along with Annie Lou, who hits big shots. And then you got Corbin Pierce in there. But it just doesn't stop there. This is a byproduct of, Coach Tommy Johnson when you're talking about you bringing in Doherty, the 5'10 center that's a freshman. And then you'll get you'll get Kroll in there that played really big. You'll get Neiman. You'll get Nabar. You'll get a little bit of everything with this team. They are deep, they are athletic, and they are tough. Now, the same thing you can be said for Millard West. Millard West has a little bit too much youth.
We are ready to go for Millard West and Lincoln North Star. The Gators control the tip, and we are underway at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Game 3 of the day as we wrapped up C1 semi-action earlier this morning. Now on the left side, Joyce Johnson with it for the Gators. Top of the key, Kendall Anderson, wide open three-pointer on the way. It hit front rim, no good. Rebounded for a moment, and it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Millard West. It stays with the Gators for the Wildcats of Millard West. Same five as usual. Grace Lucero Minor, London Whitney, Kylie Millard, McKenna Rooney, and Kylie Pabe in the future Minnesota Golden Gopher. Joyce Johnson has the basketball for the Gators here on the left side. Now Annie Lou in the lane, steps through, kicks it out. KJ Pinchon for three. That's no good. Rebound will carry him out to the perimeter where it is thrown out of bounds, and it stays with the Gators.
Yeah, the Gators running and chasing 2 deep threes off the get-go. You see Millard West game plan. They're trying to sink in the middle of the lane to stop that drive, but North Star can shoot from the three, but they got enough quickness to chase down, keep possession. It's been 30 seconds into this game.
They inbound it here to Pinchon. Left side, Johnson. Now to Pierce. Pierce on the left wing to Johnson. Johnson stands at the Nebraska logo at center court. Now left side into the far corner. Now Anderson with it. Passes overhead to Johnson. Johnson now to Pierce. Still 20 on the possession. Pinchon to try from deep. That one is good. Third time's the charm.
Yeah, she's a great player. She came out of nowhere. She's going to Stephen F. Austin. Now you got the 1-3-1, the staple of North Star Gators.
Here is the first offensive possession for Millard West as Pavement gets it knocked out of her hands and it's taken away. Kendall Anderson comes down with the loose ball and Johnson will slowly trot it up the floor. Here comes Joyce Johnson. 6:45 to go, first quarter, just underway here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Lincoln North Star leads early on 3-0. Lincoln North Star, the number 1 seed in Class A, on the year 24-1. Here at the logo, it's Pinchon. Pinchon had the 3 a moment ago. And here's Annie Lou. Lou down low, Johnson on the doorstep. She's fouled from behind, and that foul is going to go, I believe, on number 3. That's London Whitney, her first.
Yeah, London Whitney, the 6-foot sophomore, is probably the next in line for being in the lineage of great players here at Millard West. Got caught in a little bit of a switch. Joyce Johnson, even though 5'6", 5'7", is awful tough once she gets close to the hoop.
2 free throws coming up for Johnson. First one is no good. It stays a 3-0 differential for the time being. 6:25 to go in the first quarter here in the Class A semifinals.
You know, Nick, you saw a little bit of a different defensive coverage there from Millard West, a 2-3 zone, probably trying to slow down this high-octane offense of North Star Gators.
4-0 is your score. 6:20 to go in the first quarter. Here in the far corner, it's Lucero Minor. Now left side, Pavin. Pavin with the basketball. Back to McKenna Rooney. She'll try out from deep. It's good. McKenna Rooney connects. Millard West guards are going to have to play some of their best basketball today if they want to knock off Lincoln North Star.
They're going to have to hit some big shots. They're going to have to be low turnover. It's a high assist ratio, but also they have to play excellent against the press against North Star.
Here's Anderson. She'll try from long range, and it will not go. The rebound is tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Annie Lou of Lincoln North Star, and so it's going to be Millard West basketball.
Yeah, you know, a couple good possessions, kind of the feeling out process. Good shot there by Rooney. You know, Pavement has the ability to get started whenever she needed. If more points you get out of these complimentary players, the better for Millard West.
Pavement listed as the post player. However, she can hit from deep. She was knocking them down routinely in warm-ups. We've seen it the last couple of years on this very same floor. A hand check foul called against Lincoln North Star, and so Millard West will inbound it from directly in front of us here along this near sideline.
Yeah, Millard West decided to put their best player at the top of the key. She can see over the defense, but also she's an excellent decision maker.
Here is McKenna Rooney. Pass fake down low on the doorstep. London Whitney, what a find, what a connection. And that is where, once again, the guard play distribution, the pieces, great find by McKenna Rooney.
At the bottom of that 1-3-1, if you're able to get to the free throw line, it could be easy pickings.
Here as Lincoln North Star's got 2 seconds to get across half court. They're able to in time. 5:15 to go. Millard West leads by 1, 5-4 over the Gators. Joyce Johnson with the basketball near the timeline. Gives it to Annie Liu. Liu thought about the three, decides to drive on the left side of the lane right at Pabin. That's a great matchup to watch today as Liu versus Pabin. Liu for three, left wing, just a tad too strong, and the rebound will be controlled by Millard for Millard West with 4:52 to go in the first quarter. Rooney will pass it up to Pabin, and she'll get it across the timeline. Pabin, overhand two-head pass to Rooney. Rooney drives into the fingernail, back to Pabin. She fires the three on the way, rattles in and out, no good. Offensive board, Millard. She goes up on Liu, and she is fouled on the second effort.
Yeah, 2 quick fouls there on Annie Liu. She probably wants that one back a little bit over the top. That's probably a little bit of a tic-tac call. Coach Johnson is going to talk to the ref and ask him what he saw. Nobody saw any body right there. Thought it was a clean block, but ultimately Coach Johnson believes in Annie Liu.
Here's the first free throw on the way, and it is no good. It touched every part of the rim as it circled the cylinder, and it fell out. No good for Millard, and she'll have one more coming up in just a moment. Second one on the way, it's good. 6-4 Millard West, the two-time defending state champions. After the Gessert twins graduated and went off to Creighton, Millard West back here in the state semifinals for the third consecutive year. Johnson with the basketball for Lincoln North Star. Entry pass down low on the right side of the hoop. It's Annie Liu. She puts up a contested shot, no good. She was in the middle of two Millard West defenders. Tough contested shot as Millard will break the press up into the far corner. Grace Lucero Minor for three. It's a tad short, and Pynchon clears the defensive glass for Lincoln North Star.
Yeah, it's good. This game is getting excited. They're about to start really heating up here offensively. They're just trying to feel each other out and see where they're at.
On that note, Pynchon drains the three from the right corner. A nice shot by KJ Pynchon to give Lincoln North Star a 1-point lead.
Ice in her veins, gets there to the wing. Easy three there for the Stephen F. Austin commit.
Payman's pass deflected by Pynchon out of bounds, and it will stay with the Wildcats. We're sitting here 3 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the first quarter. It is 7-6, Lincoln North Star on top of the Wildcats.
And here comes the plethora of subs in here trying to wear down this Millard West offense in this team of the Wildcats. Now, one thing when you're essentially going against a really good and talented team, and as the Lincoln North Star Navigators are, you have a good program over there at Millard West. Even though they don't have a lot of experience, these guys are well coached.
Payman with the basketball, two-handed overhand pass. Rooney fires the three on the way. No good, just off to the left, and it is saved from going out of bounds by Grace Lucero Minor. A couple of bodies on the floor. It'll be a jump ball, and the possession arrow will keep it with the Wildcats as they hit the hardwood directly in front of us. Our Mike probably picked that one up.
Yeah, pretty good collision there between Joyce Johnson and Pavin. The ball possession is for Millard West. A little discussion here by the rest. Good no call there, Nick, right? Good, hard, easy play, or good, hard, physical play there. And what Millard West is doing to offset this 1-3-1, they are setting a screen on the person at the top of the defense to try to dump it down there.
In the lane, London Whitney off the feed from Pavin from way out beyond the perimeter. They've been able to get that entry pass down low in sync, and Lincoln North Star trails by 8-7 as they look to break the press. They throw it up the floor. That's a risky pass as that one goes over the media row and into the stands here. And how about the young fan helping him out? There it is. It's 3:14 to go in the first quarter. 8-7 Millard West, Lincoln North Star basketball. Lincoln North Star will bring it across the timeline as they threw it into the backcourt, trailing by 1. Millard West leads at 8-7 on the left side. Johnson down low on the right block. Annie Liu for 2.
There you go. You want to sit back in the zone. Johnson can beat anybody off the dribble. Good dump there to Annie Liu.
Here's McKenna Rooney cross court to Pavin. Pavin will bring it across the half court line as they throw it into the fingernail. Moody into the game for the first time. Now Rooney with the basketball to Lucero Minor. Over the head pass to Pavin. It was intended for Moody, but Pavin was there as she takes a shot from behind, and it's going to be blocked out of bounds. I think they might have realized that they might have missed the foul call, and so they said out of bounds. It's going to stay with the
little makeup
West.
there. Look, hey,
exactly.
Listen,
that's my guy.
Hey, you got to think quick on your feet, and that was a good call there. Good no call, good makeup call.
So there you go. Baseline inbound here for Millard West as they'll get in. Pavin, the inbounder, looking. She'll throw it up top. One thing I'll note about Millard West passes against the zone, we've seen opposites as they get it taken away. Never mind. Kendall Anderson going the other way, being chased down by Rooney. And should have been a foul. The loose ball fought for, won by Millard West. In transition, the pace is being pushed. down low. Whitney, layup, good. 10-9 Millard West.
Yeah, it's a big no call down there because it's a 4-point swing. That was easily a foul there, and you miss the layup, and then you give up one, you lose the lead as well.
The other thing I was going to say is Millard West passes against the zone have been pretty crisp for the most part, which they needed to be. We've seen the opposite in previous games this state tournament where they get real lazy as North Star misses a three. Millard West coming back the other way. Here on the right side, McKenna Rooney, the top of the key, now to Pavin. Left side fires a three from long range. Back iron, no good. Offensive rebound, London Whitney draws the contact, and she will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Yeah, right now you see Millard West is playing probably a close to perfect game as possible, and they're probably have a little bit more energy, right? A little bit more zest to get the loose balls, the rebound, and they're sticking to their game plan. They're passing through the zone, and their trap is really, really good. And so what they're doing is they're getting to the opposite wing, and then they're diving to the block. Navigators got to make an adjustment there and cut that diver off. The problem is Annie Lou is on the side where the diver's going, and she has 2 fouls. And so you got to maybe switch her as far as where she has the defense, or you need more ball pressure and get some more turnover.
London Whitney at the line to shoot 2 shots. She makes the first one. Second one on the way is no good for Whitney, and the rebound is controlled by Lincoln North Star for the moment. Now Joyce Johnson gets it back as she almost put the brakes on and drew a foul, but instead passed it up to Lou. Lou will drive center of the lane, cuts towards the rim. It's the bucket is good, and the foul. Annie Lou ties it up at 11 with 1 free throw coming up.
We've seen Annie Lou play ever since she was a freshman. Now you've seen her as a senior. She is leading them in points and rebounds. She's a real deal Holyfield. Good move there by the senior.
So 1 free throw coming up as we are tied at 11 between Lincoln North Star and Millard West in the Class A semifinal. It's on the way. It is no good. Rebounded by London Whitney. She's had herself a really nice first half. Has Whitney 7 points, 2 boards for the Millard West product. Now on the right side, it's Pavin. Pavin cross court. Millard left wing now with it into the game for the first time. Carly Mohat. Mohat gives it to Pavin. Pavin splits her way through 3 defenders. Now that pass deflected out of bounds into the tables to our left, and it will stay with the Wildcats.
You know, Nick, sometimes it's not the turnovers. It's getting your hand on the ball and obviously stopping the progress of the offense.
Here it is, 11-11, your score, 1:18 to go, first quarter. Here on the left side, it's Mohat. Mohat at the timeline gives to Millard. Millard outside to Pavin. Pavin to Mohat on the left side. Looking around, pass deflected, fought for. It goes through the wickets of Kendall Anderson and controlled by Millard West. Here is the dump off down low. Pass was deflected, and they're going to say it was still out on Millard West.
Yeah, good defensive series there for the Navigators. The first one in probably 1 or 2 minutes. Got their hand on a couple tip balls and obviously forced a turnover.
11-11, still tied up here. Lincoln North Star and Millard West at Pinnacle Bank Arena in the Class A semifinal. Coming in once again for the first time tonight, it's number 24, Ladava Dotery. Dotery misses the jumper, and Millard West collects the miss. 11-11 your score, 43 seconds to go in the first quarter here. Pavin passes to Mohat, back to Pavin. 37 on the game clock, 25 on the shot clock. Inside out, they get it back out top of the key. Pavin picks up her dribble. That pass deflected by Dotery, and it'll stay with the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think it looks like the Gators are cranking up their defense intensity, getting their hand on tip balls, really stymieing the progress of this Millard West offense that really came out has been very efficient. No turnovers, but the last 2 possessions have been turnovers. So the Gators are trying to take advantage here before the end of the first quarter.
11-11 your score. Here is Millard. Millard left side. Now Lucero Minor lost the basketball. It went through her hands. Frustration for Grace Lucero Minor, and it'll be Lincoln North Star basketball. Shot clock will be turned off. 23.0 exactly showing on the game clock.
Yeah, so you know that 1-3-1 with the length and athletic ability of the Gators causes you to really self-inflicted wounds. That's the example right there.
Joyce Johnson up the floor to Annie Lou. Lou now to Johnson. 14 on the game clock. 11-11 your score here in the Class A semis. Lincoln North Star with the basketball with 8 seconds on the game clock. Right side Anderson now to Lou. Lou corner 3 on the way. Just a tad too strong. Chased down by Dotery. Bodies on the floor. A whistle and a foul is called. I believe they're going to get McKenna Rooney for this one. 2.1 shows on the game clock.
Yeah, you know, North Star, they haven't been able to hit much from 3. Normally, Annie Lou, who has 0 for 3 here in the first quarter on threes, hits at least 2 of those. They get another shot at it right now.
Kendall Anderson inbound, sideline inbound here for Lincoln North Star. 2 seconds on the clock. Johnson takes a 3 at the horn. It's off the backboard, no good. And that is how we end the first 8 minutes of regulation here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We're tied up 11 apiece between Lincoln North Star and Millard West here on 93.7 The Ticket.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert alongside Jay Foreman as we get ready to start quarter number 2. 11-all is the score, 11-11 between Lincoln North Star and Millard West. Lincoln North Star will have the basketball first, Jay, and if you're a Lincoln North Star, what do you need to do differently?
You just got to continue to attack, and I think you want to get some easy shots. Now you got to get to the middle of this zone or in soft man defense. Don't depend on the three. Those will come later in the game.
Here's a backdoor cut by Pinchin. It goes off for Nitz and out of bounds. It'll go to the Wildcats.
Yeah, and you saw right there, it was a good play, a little give and go, just a little mishandle there on the handoff to Pinchin. It looked like it could have been an easy basket for two. Missed opportunity there.
Here is McKenna Rooney on the right side for Millard West. Now to Millard. Millard to Rooney. Rooney dribbling it near the Herbie Husker logo. She dribbles right side now to Pabin. Pabin directly in front of us. Get a double team comes between Anderson and Lou. She drives through between a couple of players. Rooney collects it. She almost got undercut by her own teammate. Now a long three, Grace Lucero Minor. She might have thought that the possession was winding down a little quicker than it actually was. They still had 11 on the possession. Here comes Joyce Johnson on the left side. Down low, entry pass. Pinchin with the foul and the bucket as KJ Pinchin goes to the line for one more.
This example what makes North Star so dangerous because you have Annie Lou that leads you in every stat category. But you have Pinchin, and then you have Anderson, then you have Johnson, and then you have a plethora of complementary players, Cole or Kroll and all them. Pinchin is kind of carrying the water right now in the first quarter and some change until Lou and Anderson get going. This is what makes North Star the most dangerous team in Class A right now.
13-11 your score, 7-11 to go in the second quarter. Pabin, after the missed free throw, collects the defensive rebound as McKenna Rooney has it on the near side. She throws it cross court to Pabin. Pabin now with it, two-hand pass over the top to Rooney. Rooney now back to Pabin. Pabin and them just playing pitch and catch back and forth as Anderson is in the middle. Down low, Whitney on the doorstep. That's good. That's the third time we've seen them be able to connect on a pass like that.
Much we were talking about pinching for North Star. Here's Whitney for Millard West coming out, taking advantage of the mismatch.
So Joyce Johnson with the basketball. By the way, London Whitney, nice day so far. 9 points, 2 rebounds to lead all scorers in this one. Joyce Johnson standing at the logo at center court. Will start dribbling to her right with 16 on the possession. The entry pass down low. Annie Lou dribbles into the double team. Back out. Anderson fires the three on the way. It's good. Nothing but net for Kendall Anderson.
The first shot of the game, it looked like it was good. She made sure that was a big shot there by Anderson.
Anderson with some heavy tape around that right ankle. She did not have that on Wednesday. So Pabin trying to answer with a three. She is fouled by KJ Pinchin. And Kylie Pabin will go to the line to shoot 3 shots, exactly how Millard West would like to ideally draw it up.
Yeah, that was a Christmas gift right there. Pinchin wants that one back. I think Pabin shot that from probably about 26, 27 feet. Yeah, she was way out there, a little aggressive on the closeout. Legs got tangled up. 3 free ones for Pabin.
And the first one by Kylie Pabin is no good off the side of the rim. 2 more coming up for the future Gopher.
We won't hold that against him.
Second one.
You know,
that
Nick,
one's also no
when
good.
you think about Pabin, remember when we saw her when she was a freshman and sophomore, and just now looking at her really growing up. That's one of the special things about doing the state tournament every year. You see some players come in as freshmen and they end up being Division I players.
Yeah, Pabin able to hit the third one. She goes 1 for 3 at the line. And for Pavin, that's her first point of the day, and it comes at the 6:08 mark in the second quarter. Here, cross court, watch out. That one's taken away by McKenna Rooney. She does not have numbers. She'll slow it down. Now it goes through the legs of Millard. Thankfully, Lucero Miners on the other side. Risky pass to the top of the key. North Star takes it away. Annie Lou, nobody in front of her. Layup is good.
Yeah, good job by Pension, looking up and seeing her partner in crime. Annie Lou running the court. Good steal. Got bailed out there because it was a bad pass there.
Mark Kruger, here's the basketball. Did you like that?
Yeah, I didn't know you had that in you.
You like that little one-hand snag?
Yeah.
There's usually one per tournament. I hope somebody got that on video.
Nope.
I don't know.
There's no memory of that.
I hope somebody got that on video.
There's no video.
There has been a half-court shot today. I think mine play right there with the right hand would have just won Sports Center top 10. Here is McKenna Rooney. That ball deflected by Kendall Anderson. Wow, McKenna Rooney's left arm got tangled underneath. And now another steal. Grace Lucero Minor down the floor to Pavin. Pavin, layup in the lane is good. It's 18-16. McKenna Rooney got slammed down on the hardwood, not intentionally,
right,
of course, but going for that loose ball. It looked like her left arm and her side of her head got kind of rolled up on by Anderson, but she seems to be okay as this game is getting a little rowdy on the far corner three. KJ Pinchin able to connect again.
Yeah, Pinchin is playing like the all-star that she is. She's going to Stephen F. Austin. Leave her open in that corner. She'll hit them all game.
Here is Pavin, two-handed pass to Grace Lucero Minor, now to Rooney. Rooney might have gotten away with the whole hook. Jumper on the way will not fall. Rebound is won by Corbin Pierce. Here's Pinchin. I wouldn't be surprised if Tommy Johnson wants to call a timeout here soon just to kind of settle things down as North Star will now slow it down in the half court. 4.5 to play in the second quarter. 21-16 is your score as Lincoln North Star is up by 5. Johnson with 12 on the possession gives it to Anderson at the top of the key. Anderson passes right side to Pinchin. Pinchin is 3 for 4 from beyond the three-point line. Then pass down low. Anderson is fouled by, I believe they're going to get Millard here as she came in from the help side.
That was all set up by Pinchin, hitting 3 threes. Ball fake, act like she was going to shoot it, dumped it into Anderson. Anderson tried to go up through 2 defenders. Now she's at the foul line. It's a chess match right now, Nick, and right now North Star has got a little bit of advantage. It's a high-paced game. It's going back and forth. Now we got a little bit of a player timeout. I think Anderson has a little cut on her leg, so I think they get, 20 seconds?
It looks like, Millard has to get cleaned up too. Yeah. Kendall Anderson's got some stuff. It's kind of a grind-out game.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you've locked horns 3 straight years in the state tournament and come up on the short end, and obviously Millard West wants to kind of defend their title. Look, they won 2 in a row. Trying to go for 3 in a row. A lot of pride in the program. This is going to be a physical game. They played earlier in the year, and North Star was able to win by 14 points. Now, you don't know if it was a dominating 14 points or one that kind of got 14 points late in the game. It's a grinded-out game every single year between these two programs.
First free throw for Kendall Anderson is good, and she now has 4 points on the day. 4 minutes and 12 seconds remain here in the first half. The second one is also good by Kendall Anderson. Lincoln North Star is 5 for 11 from the free throw line so far today, but they lead it 23-16 over the Millard West Wildcats. Let's step aside, come back in 30 seconds here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Parents deal with a lot of what ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back in Pinnacle Bank Arena, the site for the Class A semifinals here on a Friday afternoon as PBA starts to fill up. We know our game to come between Kearney and Omaha North is going to be feisty as Kearney, you can already start to see the white shirts from the Bearcats fans start to fill PBA. They've busted a lot of fans here the last 2 days. They canceled school today, but Pavin trying to get a 3 to fall. That does not go. How about Jalen Moody getting the offensive rebound, but she throws it into the hands of KJ Pinchin for Lincoln North Star as Annie Lou It now gives it to Kendall Anderson. She'll bring it across the timeline. Up by 7 are the Lincoln North Star Gators.
Yeah, good defensive possession there. Big steal there by Pinchon. She's been the star of the first half so far for North Star.
As Lincoln North Star turns it over, they give it right back to Millard West on the deflected pass. Paven stops, now back to number 24 for Millard West. That's Mohat. Mohat to Paven. Paven fires the 3 on the way. That one's good. And Kylie Paven finally hits her first field goal at the 3:17 mark in the second.
Yeah, really good job there by Paven, getting in, ripping it hard left and getting into her three-point shot. She knows she's going to have to be ready to shoot every single time she touches it.
Here on the right side, Lou. Now to Anderson to Corbin Pierce. Pierce, a freshman. Good size for a freshman. Now to Annie Lou. Lou with it. Back to Pierce. Pierce with it. Trying to get it inside. Risky pass. And it's taken away for the moment by Millard West. Mohawk comes up with it for the Wildcats. They had Grace Lucero Minor running the floor down the far sideline. Unable to get it to her. Paven inside to the fingernail. Now right side to Mohawk. Mohawk to Lucero Minor. Lucero Minor gets doubled. Deflected pass collected by Moody. Her shot is blocked with both hands. It's safe from going out of bounds. Annie Lou now saves it. I'm not sure how they saved it. Acrobatically, that is. And now Moody's going to get called for a hand check foul on Kendall Anderson.
Great job there by Pierce. Saving it, tiptoeing on the line. Good job by Annie Lou doing the same thing. And then Anderson, Johnny on the spot. Here comes Joyce Johnson. Here comes Kroll. Now here comes the second unit. They don't lose any production, but they play a little bit different. A little bit more speed and quickness. You still got Annie Lou and you still got Pinchon in there, so they have the size to offset Paven inside along with the rest of Millard West.
2:28 to play in the second quarter as Joyce Johnson has the basketball near the half-court line. She underhands it to Annie Lou, back to Johnson at the logo. 2:20 to play. Second quarter, 23-19. Lincoln North Star on top by 4. Here's Johnson, left side to Lou. Lou, two-handed pass inside of the Big Ten logo to Pinchon. Pinchon back out to Lou. Lou back to Pinchon. 3-ball on the way. Can she hit her fourth? She cannot, as it's connected by, or rather controlled by Moody after the miss. Here comes Millard West. Paven with the basketball. Now to McKenna Rooney. Rooney inside. She gets it off, or deflected is the pass off the leg. Now bodies are on the floor as a couple of Millard West players are slow to get up. Mid-range J for Paven does not go. Offensive putback by London Whitney is unsuccessful, but she is fouled, and KJ Pinchon is not happy about that foul called on her.
Yeah, they missed the foul over there where she got tackled for a loss. And right there was a little ticky-tack foul. The ref was probably trying to calm her down a little bit, but she felt like she had a lot of hand on top of that ball. But the other way, you know what? You'll get it a little bit later.
London Whitney's first free throw is no good. It is still 23-19 with 1:45 to go in the second quarter.
Well, right now you got Alexandra Kroll and McKenna Powell. It's going to be interesting to see, Nick, which one gives them some added points off the bench to try to extend this lead.
Whitney is now in double figures with 10. She leads all Millard West scores. KJ Pinchon has 11, and she leads all players in this one. 23-20 is your score. 1:37 to play in the second quarter. Pinchon down low on the other side of the lane to Lou. Lou finds a cutting Joyce Johnson center of the rim, and she is fouled. And Joyce Johnson was fouled on the way up. I think initially it looked a lot worse. We'll look at the replay here. It looked a lot worse because she caught that pass off balance and didn't really gather herself before she put it up. But when she did put it up, she was fouled pretty hard.
Yeah, by Whitney got her, and it was a good hard foul, but it was a good foul, I guess, if you're Millard West, where you see Joyce Johnson missing the first and the front end of the 2 free throws. A good job there. They dumped it in to Annie Lou, and then Johnson cut off of it to try to get an easy bucket. Millard West is sagging in the lane, so if I'm North Star, I need to get some movement and try to get some action toward doing something like that.
Joyce Johnson misses both free throws, and Lincoln North Star, though, gets the offensive rebound. Joyce Johnson with it outside the perimeter, left side Pinchon, fires on another 3. That one's good. KJ Pinchon now 4 for 6 from beyond the perimeter.
Yeah, you keep leaving her open. You got that 2-3 zone because maybe you're trying to help yourself with a rebound disadvantage. You're giving up threes left and right. You're going to have to go to man-to-man.
On the right side, Rooney gets pushed. Now passes through. 3-ball, Grace Lucero Minor. It does not go. Pinchon is able to tip the rebound to herself and get the ball to Annie Lou, who passes it off to Joyce Johnson.
Really big rebound there by Pinchon.
53 seconds to go in the second quarter, 26-20. North Star in front by 6. They pass to Lou. Can she hit a three? She can.
There she's holding her form, too. Maybe short-armed it the first couple ones. She made sure that one get in. The mini run here by the Gators.
29-20 your score. Risky passes. McKenna Rooney has it. She fires the tray. It's no good. Way off to the right. Might have rushed it. And Tommy Johnson is pointing up one shot as the shot clock is turned off as we approach halftime. 29-20 is your score. Annie Lou has the basketball near the logo. 16 seconds to go until halftime. 29-20. Lincoln North Star leads by less than 10. Here with it at Pinnacle Bank Arena Class A semifinals. Annie Lou with 7 on the game clock. She's dribbling near the logo, crosses over, drives in, kicks it to Kroll. Kroll with 1 second. The floater will not go. There's the horn, and your score at the half. Lincoln North Star goes on a little 6-0 spurt in the last 49 seconds to take a 9-point lead into the locker room. It's 29-20 at the break. We'll step aside and come back in a couple of minutes with your thoughts from the halftime show. From Pinnacle Bank Arena, Nick Sainert alongside Jay Foreman here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
A membership with John Henry's will fast-track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call
John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
And electrical.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls' state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena at the half. Your score, Lincoln North Star 29, Millard West 20. Nick Sainert alongside Jay Foreman here. Thanks to our team back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios, pushing all the buttons, making sure we stay connected as Pinnacle Bank Arena. Look at this, Jay. Look at all the students from Kearney starting to file in and get ready for the next game between the Kearney Bearcats and Omaha North. Lincoln North Star about to get some pseudo students in their section here as they will continue to cheer for whichever side is needed there. But once again, at the half of this game, it's 29-20. Lincoln North Star, what have you liked so far about what the Gators and Tommy Johnson's squad is doing?
Well, they withstood the early barrage of Millard West with execution. Then they withstood the initial rush. Then they cranked up their intensity. And then I think they became a little bit more patient on offense. Obviously, Pinchon is really hitting threes and obviously opening it up for everybody else. But then you start to see Annie Lou going. You see Joyce Johnson getting to the free throw line, and obviously Anderson making some timely plays. And so I think it's more of that for North Star. Their defense in that 1-3-1 defense, they made a quick adjustment so they couldn't get the quick dives because they were getting hurt by Lindsay early, from Millard West. And so it'll be interesting to see what Millard West does coming out of halftime. Obviously, you want to get Pavin going. She hit a big three. Hit it. Unfortunately for her, she went 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Yeah. She had 6 points. Now she can put together a run of 12-0 by herself, but they need her at the top of the key, right, to try to withstand that pressure because she's really good ball handler, really smart decision maker. So it's going to be. It has to be somebody else. It's got to either be Rooney, it's got to be either Moody or Minor. Somebody's going to have a big second half if Pavin's going to play towards half court.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. I think if you asked head coach of Millard West, Mark Kruger, hey, at the end of the first half, you're going to hold Kendall Anderson to 5 points, and Annie Lou is going to be in single digits as well. I think he feels probably pretty good where you're at, and I think they do feel pretty good about where they're at. You're probably not expecting KJ Pynchon to be able to go 4 for 6.5 from beyond the 3-point line. But conversely, then on the other side is if you are Mark Kruger and you say, hey, at the end of the first half, Kylie Pavin, to your credit, Jay, or to your point, only has 6 points, you're probably not feeling as great. So there's a lot of things that on both sides for Millard West, they're sitting here going, okay, we can work with this.
Yeah, it's, the 12 minutes are key, for the rest of the game and who wins and loses. Because it's a mental thing, right? You feel good because, you've held the two superstars, Anderson and Lou, into single digits, and they end up until the last couple minutes, both of them hit a three, but up until they really couldn't do anything. Well, you're a superstar who eventually will get started in Pavin. could possibly have a big second half. And so you got to really lean on that, and then you got to make adjustments for Pension because she could hit 4 more threes. She's going to Stephen F. Austin. She's a really good player, hasn't been playing basketball for that long, but is obviously a superstar in the making. So you got to keep the turnovers low if you're Millard West, and you got to get somebody else that you normally would have, normally was Pavin in for the last 2 years, to step up like Pavin has. Now, could it be Whitney, who's had a really good first half, right? And she's been the byproduct of where Pavin is, so she's going to have another really good half along with Pavin and try to get some luck here with North Star turning the ball over to him.
Does the that's the wrong word, the amount that Tommy Johnson didn't really use his bench a whole lot in that first half, does that bother you at all for the second half?
Not really, because, they're well-oiled machines. They're veterans. They know how to play, and he used the bench a lot in the first game, and maybe that was about right why it looked so junky, or not clunky, kind of a choppy game. So now he can really lean on the starters now if he has to, as long as they're executing. Tommy Johnson does not fear putting anybody from his bench in the game. They're all well-trained. They have really competitive practices. They've played a lot of minutes because they've been so successful this year. So it's going to come down to execution. It's a 9-point lead now for North Star Gators. You cannot relax against Millard West, even though the Gesser twins are up at Creighton and they only have Pavement in your mind. Yeah. They all can shoot. They all can play. They've came up through this Millard West program. They are ready to explode if you give them a chance.
Let's come back in 90 seconds with the start of the second half here. 29-20 your score. Lincoln North Star on top of Millard West here in the Class A semifinal matchup. 1 of 2 coming your way here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back in 90 seconds.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Apply today at doane.edu/apply.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
All righty, welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena as Nick Sainer and Jay Foreman are with you courtside here at PBA. As at the start of the third quarter, Lincoln North Star leads Millard West 29-20. They will swap sides, and Millard West will get the basketball to start quarter number 3. We're just waiting here as PBA continues to fill for our next game and folks taking off work on a Friday afternoon.
Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not. On the left side, Kylie Pavin. Pavin now to McKenna Rooney. Rooney with it for Millard West. As this double team comes, Millard has the basketball on the right wing, or right elbow rather, in the lane. London Whitney. Now, one key part of the late stage of that second quarter where Lincoln North Star was able to make a slight run, London Whitney had to sit on the bench with 2 fouls. She's the leading scorer today for Millard West with 10 points.
Yeah, she did a good job of a back cut right there, a dump off after Moody got into the middle of that defense, trying to knock into that lead at the free throw line.
First free throw is no good for London Whitney. Neither team shooting it great from the charity stripe. Millard West 4 for 10. Lincoln North Star 3 for 8. The second free throw is about to be fired by London Whitney. She has 10 points so far on the day, make it 11. So Millard West down by 8 as Lincoln North Star will get the basketball here. 29-21, they lead it. 7:41 to play, third quarter. The winner of this one gets the winner of Kearney and Omaha North in tomorrow afternoon's Class A state championship game.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion here for North Star Gators. Maybe an adjustment they tried to make at halftime wasn't coming out. But what you're seeing right now, they're trying to use Annie Lou and Anderson high-low from the wing because they know all the eyes are going to be on Pynchon for the amount of threes that she hit. So to try to get an easy bucket, you go high-low. A little confusion, a little bit late in the shot clock for the North Star Gators.
As down low, a pass Anderson, layup in the lane is good by Kendall Anderson after Millard West committed a foul on the floor. And so with 7:15 to go in the third quarter, it's a 10-point differential. McKenna Rooney bounce passes it right side, London Whitney with it. Whitney pass deflected, Rooney collects it. Now Rooney passes through Lucero Minor, long three, will not go. London Whitney with the offensive rebound rather. Put back won't fall. Millard put back try won't go, and it's tipped out of bounds last touch by Pynchon. Yeah. And Lincoln North Star Lincoln North Star touched it last. Looks like Millard West basketball, but London Whitney might have jammed her finger going up for that rebound.
It was a deep shot by Minor. That was a hard shot there to rebound.
Here's Payman now on the right side after an offensive rebound. They give it right to Lincoln North Star as Joyce Johnson gives it to Lou, back to Johnson.
Yeah, now they're on the attack here. You got a 10-point lead. You got to be real efficient on offense. They're trying to double the high post there until Whitney gets over there. So they got to get some action. Too much standing around here for North Star.
On the right side, Joyce Johnson with it. Now left side, Annie Lou. Lou with the basketball, spins around, down or up by 10 are the Gators. Pynchon backing her down. Now Anderson, three on the way. It's good. Yeah. Kendall Anderson.
Anderson's the one that not a lot of people talk about, but she's excellent from the three-point line, and she sets the pace on defense. Good shot there.
Here is McKenna Rooney with Millard West down by 13, and they turn it over right after that. Millard West is going to call a timeout and talk things over. 34-21 your score. Lincoln North Star has been able to come out in the second half and extend their lead. They're up by 13. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on 93.7 The Ticket.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Millard West needed to call a timeout a minute and 52 seconds into this third quarter as they have allowed Lincoln North Star to extend their lead on a big three by Kendall Anderson. It's 34-21. Lincoln North Star in front of Millard West. Millard West got to find some answers defensively and then offensively as well, Jay.
Yeah, I think the 1-3-1 zone, everybody's expecting you get a whole bunch of turnovers via the steal, but what it does, it forces you into self-inflicted errors, and you've seen them. You have 10 turnovers, 5 of them have been self-inflicted. The zone and the pressure are starting to crank up a little bit for North Star.
These two teams met about halfway through the season. Lincoln North Star won by 14. Here's Annie Lou on the right side, Anderson to Johnson. Joyce Johnson with the basketball. Now she'll dribble top of the key. Johnson left side of the lane. Gets bumped. Runs into the brick wall. Annie Lou puts up a layup. It's good. High off the glass.
Yeah, Joyce Johnson got hit pretty hard. It went right into her partner in crime, Annie Lou. 2 points there. Look, you're starting to see everybody start to get some. This is when North Star becomes dangerous.
Here is McKenna Rooney. Rooney with the basketball into the near corner. Millard. Millard cross court. Taken away. Annie Lou. Back the other way, being chased down by Rooney. Layup in the lane is good with the foul.
Rooney tried to get back in front of her. Annie Lou did a good job of kind of leaning into her without losing her balance. Up for 2, potentially a 3-point play. Now you see Coach Kruger reluctantly has to bring back Whitney. You got to really, now you're down by 17, you got to really kind of hold on right now because it could get out of hand.
It is 38-21. Lincoln North Star in front by 17 points.
9-0 run the last 2 minutes.
5:24 to go. Make it 10-0 run as they connect on the three-point play. It is now 39-21.
You know, Nick, right now, if I'm Millard West, I got to get the ball in the hands of Pavin. It seems like she hasn't touched the ball all second half. Yeah. And it hasn't been because North Star is face guarding, it's because you haven't given her the ball.
Here on the right side in the corner, it's London Whitney. Whitney tries to drive baselines, tries to step through, and we're going to have a tie-up. A jump ball gives it to Lincoln North Star.
Millard West has got to hold their head here, right? They're just focusing on the right side of the court, so you're easier to defend, especially against that veteran defense of the North Star Gators. You got to move the ball, and that's what they did really good in the first quarter. It seemed like they went away from it, and Pavin has not touched it for the last 3 or 4 minutes.
5:01 to play, third quarter, 39-21. Lincoln North Star trying to keep on extending this lead and creating distance between them and Millard West here in the Class A semifinal. It's Lou right now in the corner, pinch in, reverse layup, no good. Good defense by London Whitney. Millard West has numbers as here comes Rooney down the floor. Rooney on the right wing backs it out. Now cuts it out. Pavin, they need this three on the way. It does not go. Kylie Pavin's frustrating day continues. She's now 1 of 7 from beyond the three-point line.
Yeah, but you believe in her. She can get it going as much as she goes 1 of 7. She can go 7 of 7. She had to get that shot. Sometimes when you don't touch the ball, you just shoot it just to kind of get used to having the ball in your hand.
So Lou has it for Lincoln North Star. Still plenty of time. A quarter and a half remain in this game. 4:09 to play in the third quarter. Here Joyce Johnson with it to Lou. Lou down to Johnson. Pass deflected. Rooney comes away with it for Millard West, and she'll slow it down. They got to find a way to defeat this zone defense of Lincoln North Star. They pass it into the far corner, almost turn it over again. London Whitney has the basketball, and she's going to be able to draw a reach-in foul on Annie Lou.
Yeah, a little bit of a bailout call there. Annie Lou had a lot of ball, but probably too much body there. Really bailed out Whitney there because Whitney did not know where to go with the ball, even though she was able to step through the double team.
Mentioned earlier that London Whitney jammed her finger going up for a rebound. She's got a couple of them taped up on that right hand. That's something to monitor as we go forward. London Whitney currently leading the Wildcats in scoring with 11 on the day. On the left side, McKenna Rooney with the basketball. 3:42 to play in the third quarter. Lucero Minor to Rooney. Rooney draws the two defenders. Now right side to Lucero Minor. Lucero Minor down low. Telegraph that pass as it will be a jump ball, a tie-up, and the possession arrow, fortunately for the Wildcats, stays on this end of the floor.
Yeah, it was a little bit of stagnant offense, and I haven't seen that from Millard West in obviously quite some time. It was poetry in motion in the last 3 years, but this second quarter on has been a lot of standing around stagnant. Pavin still hasn't touched the ball. She's trying her best to move around and get open. They got to see her because she can make best decisions and score herself.
Pavin will be the inbounder. Looking around, they get it up top. It's deflected a couple of times. The length and height of North Star, too much for Millard West. As here comes the Gators. Here on the right side, now in Pynchon, directly in front of us. Kendall Anderson was calling for that ball. Pynchon unable to get it to her. Now Pynchon drives to the right side. On the right side with it, Lincoln North Star's McKenna Powell to Kendall Anderson. Anderson to Pynchon. Pynchon looking around. Alex Kroll is flashing on the other side. Pynchon gets doubled, and we have a timeout called by Tommy Johnson with 3:04 to go in the third quarter. We'll step aside and take a break with them. Come back in 30 seconds as an 18-point ball game in favor of the Gators here on the ticket.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
How about this, though, this stat line? Lincoln North Star is still in the midst of a 10-0 run, but they have not scored in the last 2 minutes and 18 seconds. So that sweet spot between 2 minutes and 18 seconds ago and 4 minutes and 13 seconds from now has kind of been the sweet spot for Lincoln North Star. Now on the near side, McKenna Power for three, and that should be a shot clock violation. It will be, and it'll be Millard West basketball.
A good defensive series there by Millard West. Tommy Johnson was trying to get a quick three there. A little bit of fumbling of the ball handling there by Pynchon. Nevertheless, an open shot.
Here on the right side, Pabin. Pabin with the basketball, telegraphed that pass as it goes into the hands of Millard. It was deflected, and here is McKenna Rooney with it. Rooney on the left side draws the double, and that is going to be a foul called on the defense, and it will be Millard West basketball still.
Yeah, Millard West is starting to succumb to the pressure here of the North Star Gators. It's really starting to extend here. They're not starting their offense until they're barely over half court.
Here's Pabin. Pabin once again dribbling it. Now back to Pabin. Three-pointer on the way. Will not go. She's now 1 of 8 from beyond the three-point line. North Star with the defensive rebound. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remain in the third quarter. It's 39-21 in favor of Lincoln North Star. Dotery has the basketball, looking around for help. She already used her dribble to Kroll on the left side. Almost got her pocket picked, gets it back near the timeline. Kroll guarded by Millard. Kroll not dribbling it with her left hand. Underhand shovels it to Dotery. Dotery now at the top of the key. Takes the bump from Millard. No whistle. And that could have been a carry on Dotery. Instead, it's now Anderson. Long three on the way. It rims out. No good. And Pabin skies high for the defensive board.
Yeah, Millard West is trying to hang in there until they can get to the fourth quarter and make some adjustments or a quick run. A little bit of out of control there. Off the North Star Gators' hand. Oh, a little bit of discussion. Yeah.
It is going to be off of Lincoln North Star. So McKenna Rooney tried to split through about 3 defenders there. She stumbled and fell down and tried to dish it out. It was deflected out of bounds. It stays with the Wildcats. Sideline inbound here as Jalen Moody is into the game. Looking around, nobody moves. Now Pabin comes and gets it. Three-pointer on the way for Pabin. Will not go. London Whitney offensive rebound for Millard West with 90 seconds to play in the third quarter. Whitney needs help, and Rooney comes in to help her out. Now that pass deflected and a personal foul and a little bit of an extracurricular shove by McKenna Rooney after the whistle. And unfortunately for Rooney, nobody saw it.
Yeah, it was a little smooth, a little slide there. A little frustration by Millard West. They probably have not had this type of pressure in the game in quite some time, and these are young guards here facing a veteran defensive unit.
Millard West gets it in. Jalen Moody, just some quick movement defensively. Great job by Dotery picking the pocket of Millard. Here comes Kendall Anderson. Anderson will slow it down. She gets picked up by Moody. Now left side, Pierce with the basketball, the freshman in the lane. It's going to be a reach-in foul on Jalen Moody.
Yeah, good job there by Doherty down on the other end. Just a little pop there, popped it out, got into the fast break. And really good job by all of them pulling it out and using some clock, trying to get the best shot possible.
39-21 is your score. 1:13 to play in the third quarter. Lincoln North Star looking to inbound. They get it up top to Dotery. Dotery's guarded tightly by Pabin. As here comes Dotery, crosses over. She stumbles left side to Pierce. 1:03 to play, third quarter, 39-21. Millard West has not scored in the last 6.5 plus minutes. Here comes Dotery. Dotery, 16 on the possession. She gets it knocked out of her hands. Ball is loose on the ground. Somehow Pierce gets it. They're letting them play, and now a reach-in foul called on McKenna Rooney.
Rooney with another shove. She's getting a little frustrated. She's trying to give everybody the business. Kroll did a really good job of chasing that scramble there and potentially could have got to the hoop. So another 35 seconds there. It's not just that you're playing defense deep into the play clock. When you foul, it resets, so you're playing almost double time. You got to really hold your head here if you're Millard West. I know you're frustrated. You're only at 21 points. This defense is really starting to clamp down.
39-21 your score here. Lincoln North Star leads by 18. 44 seconds to play in the third quarter. Left side, Kroll. Now to Joyce Johnson. Right side, Annie Liu.
They're starting to wear Millard West out. They're trying to crank up their defense. They're just passing over and through them, and they're starting to slow down a little bit, and it'll affect them on the offense end as well.
Liu crosses over down low to Johnson. Johnson stuck in the lane, and we have a whistle and a foul is called. And we're going to see who it's on. It's going to be on Kylie Pabin. That will be Pabin's second.
Yeah, now it's obviously end of the third quarter. Now Joyce Johnson's at the charity stripe trying to extend this lead. They're up by 18 points. It's a good time for Tommy Johnson to set up his defense to make sure they can end this third quarter on a high note.
Millard West has not scored in 7 minutes and 17 seconds. And before that free throw, Lincoln North Star had not scored in 4 minutes and 55 seconds. A lot of valuable time coming off the clock without scoring any points.
And North Star is okay with that as long as Millard West isn't scoring. They can lean on their defense.
They're also okay with it because now they're up by 20.
Right, and so when you kind of start out on that 11-0 run, right, and having a 9-point lead at halftime, and the other team isn't scoring for pretty much the whole third quarter, you're okay with the rock fight from here.
Here comes McKenna Rooney with Millard West down by 20 points, 41-21. That pass deflected. They just keep on trying to throw it over the top of the defense. Now London Whitney blocked from behind. Lincoln North Star coming the other way with 12 on the game clock in the third quarter.
Yeah, Doherty is a problem. She's looking to the future for the 5'10" freshman, competing like heck against Pavin. Good dish off there.
Powell can't connect. Alex Kroll with the layup at the horn. And off the second chance, Lincoln North Star extends their lead. They lead it by 22 points as we enter the fourth quarter of play. It's 43-21 Lincoln North Star here on 93.7 The Ticket.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day in the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back in. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman, as we start quarter number 4. 43-21 your score. Lincoln North Star put the clamps on Millard West defensively last quarter. They did not score in the final 7.5 minutes. Three-pointer on the way, Kendall Anderson, no good. Rebound, Karams into the free throw area where McKenna Rooney has the defensive rebound. That pass tipped away, taken away. Joyce Johnson, now she lost handle of the basketball. She saves it. Up the floor goes Joyce Johnson looking for help, and we have a whistle, and a jump ball is called, giving it to Millard West.
Yeah, that was a quick jump ball call. There was a couple fouls that did get called, a physical play there. Millard West has got to gather themselves and try to get a good possession here going forward.
Millard West struggling to find anything here in this ball game, especially in the second half, as McKenna Rooney has the basketball down floor, and it's just right into the hands like a linebacker over the middle. Joyce Johnson takes it away for Millard West.
A little unforced errors. I think sometimes when you start to get tired, you start to just see things that aren't there, and so this is a learning experience for a lot of these young players from Millard West.
Here's Annie Lou. Lou back right side to Pierce. Pierce down low, pinch in the lane. The double immediately comes. Her shot is blocked, and Millard West comes away with it. London Whitney to McKenna Rooney. Overhand pass to Grace Lucero Minor. Grace comes through, crosses over, finds a cutting Whitney. She is unable to hit the layup, and now a defensive rebound for Corbin Pierce.
Good job. Pierce hasn't scored today, but she's come up with timely rebounds and a couple assists.
It just feels like the momentum and motivation. We have a timeout and a 10-second call called against Lincoln North Star. But once again, what I was going to say is it just feels like all the wind and energy is out of the sails of Millard West.
That 1-3-1 zone, when they crank up that juice, they will wear you down. You will be out of gas by the time halftime.
Come in many different shapes.
Oh, there we go.
By halftime, and that's what you're seeing right here. You got a couple of young players in here from Millard West trying to give the veteran players just a little bit of a breather. The depth of North Star is on display right now.
Mohot drives into the center of the lane. Now Millard can't make the layup. She's tipping around the offensive rebound. It's still up for grabs, and Pierce comes away with it, and now we have a foul called on Kayla Millard.
Yeah, not Millard, but Pierce has come up with 2 quick rebounds there. Physical play, checking her lip, got a little blood showing. Now Millard West is trying to go into a little bit of full court press here against North Star. This is where you got to take some advantage or take some chances, but you could give up some points.
Here is Lincoln North Star. Kendall Anderson brings it up the floor across the timeline. Now to Joyce Johnson. Johnson with the basketball, looking for help, gets it to Lou. Lou back to Johnson directly in front of us. Johnson now back to Lou. Lou hands it off to Corbin Pierce. Pierce fakes right, goes left. Now draws a couple of defenders, then throws it right into the hands of Millard West. Millard West in transition. Watch out as Joyce Johnson's going to pick up a foul as Pavin tried to cut across the center of the floor.
Yeah, Pierce got knocked off a little bit and then forced Joyce Johnson in a no-win situation. Stopped the fast break, but also it kind of keeps Pavin in line because Pavin was beelining for an easy layup.
5:57 to go in the fourth quarter. Lincoln North Star 43-21 over Millard West. Here on the right side, Pavin down low. The layup in the lane is good. Finally, it had been over 10 minutes of game time, and since Millard West had scored a bucket, and they finally do to trim it to 20. 43-23 your score. Now they get it to Anderson. Anderson across the timeline. Now Millard West trying to crank up the intensity here as Annie Lou is guarded by Moody. A significant size advantage on Lucero Minor as we have a whistle and a foul called on Mohat as Annie Lou took it to the rack. But what I was going to say is Dodery is matched up with Grace Lucero Minor, one of the tallest players on the floor, matched up with the shortest.
Yeah, they were probably going to get it to her, but Annie Lou saw the lane parted like the Red Sea, got fouled on the shot attempt to see if she can hit the 2 free throws.
Here's the first one. It's good for Annie Lou. 5:31 to go in the fourth quarter. 44-23 your score. Lincoln North Star has methodically, even though there's been some periods of struggle, they have methodically just put the clamps on and started to tighten things up against Lincoln North, or rather, Millard West. As an offensive rebound off the missed free throw, and a foul is going to be called. I don't know if they are going to get it on Kylie Pavin, I believe. Pynchon fell down away from the basketball, but she's slow to get up.
Yeah, look like she got hit with an elbow.
The referee called the coaches over. Nobody moved off, and now Pynchon still slow to get up there. Let's go ahead and take a quick timeout. We'll be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your
Back
side.
to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back in. Another free throw on the way for Annie Lou as it's good. Pynchon seems to be okay. She's being tended to on the sideline. And seems to be okay, though.
Yeah.
One more free throw coming up for Annie Lou, though. Into the game is Zahara Isley Murray.
Another freshman. Getting into the big stage, probably getting her some experience, trying to see how she reacts.
Annie Lou connects, and we're ready to go. 46-23. It's a 23-point lead for Lincoln North Star. They've doubled up the Wildcats. Now on the left side, here's McKenna Rooney. Rooney looking around, looking for help, still looking, gets to Pavin. Pavin now right side. That pass, Lucero Minor down low, and it's deflected out of bounds by Dodery. It'll be a Millard West basketball here.
Yeah, good recovery against Doherty because Whitney almost had another 2 points. That's the difference between the first half and the second half. That was there in the first quarter. Hasn't been there since.
It was an 8-point game at the halftime mark as this one's deflected out of bounds. It stays with Millard West near center court. But what I was going to say is it was an 8-point ball game at the half, and now it's a 23-point ball game. Millard West struggling just to get any sort of rhythm offensively because they have to just passing through the zone and they're struggling.
Yeah, and they're not trying to. They've been worn out on defense, and so offense they have no energy. And the reason why is they're not cutting to the basket. Their passes aren't as crisp, and then you start to see a little bit of frustration. And they haven't been in this position, even though they lost the Gesser twins.
Yeah, then Pabin gets the basketball, looking around. Kylie Pabin, and still looking for help. And now we're going to have a whistle and a jump ball called, giving it to Lincoln North Star. This relentless pressure is too much even for the future Minnesota Golden Gopher, Kylie Pabin, right now.
Yeah, here comes Whitney, and here comes Millard. They're only able to get a breather there for 5 or 10 seconds of game time, Nick. That's not enough to recover. It's not only the physical, wearing you down. It's the mental, where they just see just bodies. It seems like there's almost 8 players out there defending their 5.
Here on the left side, it's Isley Murray. Isley Murray passes off to Joyce Johnson. Johnson now hesitates, now bounces left side. Johnson, top of the key, Corbin Pierce. Lincoln North Star has 3 freshmen on the floor right now, and Pierce, Isley Murray, and Dotery. Pierce has it this time. Now it gets poked out of her hand, stripped on her route to the basket. Here comes McKenna Rooney. Rooney across the timeline, hesitates now. That'll be a foul and a blocking foul called against Zahara Isley Murray.
Yeah, that's a good foul there. It looked like Rooney was on the pace to try to have a fast break, and now you have Anderson coming back. You know, Nick, when you're able to be like Coach Johnson, where you have look over Annie Lou and Pension, and now you have Joyce Johnson, 3 starters on the bench, and now you can kind of just have Anderson and Pearson there with a bunch of freshmen and Coral. It lets you know why they're the number 1 seed in Class A right now.
Yeah, Pavin once again unable to get that 3-point shot to fall. A jump ball, though, on the rebound, and it stays with Millard West. 4:14, you look up, and already half of the quarter has been exhausted. I believe Millard West might have another substitution. They'll put London Whitney into the game. But once again, I mean, almost half of the quarter is already gone, and you've only scored 2 points.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get their offense going because, Nick, I'm telling you, there's the Pavin. They're able to get the little pop inbounds play against Anderson. But the problem is that the pressure on defense is just wearing them out, where on offense they can't move.
4:12 to go in the fourth quarter. It's 46-25. Lincoln North Star on front by 21 points. We'll step aside for 30 seconds and come right back.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome into Pinnacle Bank Arena. We are getting ready for our next Class A semifinal matchup between Kearney and Omaha North. And folks are starting to stand around the concourse waiting for seats to open. That one's going to be exciting, Jay.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be high pace, and obviously Kearney just comes at you like a swarm of hornets. But Omaha North is tough as nails. It's the only team that's been able to beat North Star, so you know it's going to be a competitive game.
Here is Kendall Anderson over the top to Corbin Pierce, now to Johnson. Johnson holding the ball, and here we go. We're ready to go. Joyce Johnson directly in front of us. Lost it for a moment. Body's on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball, and it will stay with the Gators.
Yeah, the Gators have got, Millard West really taking chances. They're going to double the ball every single chance they can. They got to move and go get the ball, not give any life to this Millard West Wildcats offense.
Here is Joyce Johnson. The double comes, and it will almost be thrown out, but Kendall Anderson saves it directly in front of us. Thought she was going to fall into our table here. McKenna Rooney takes it away from Millard West. Here comes Rooney, bounces it up the floor to Mohat. Mohat, top of the key, one-handed pass to Millard. Millard dribble drive, wanted to kick it out. Now finds a cutting Mohat layup in the lane. Whoa, good. She smoked it.
Well, that is just an assumption that another body was coming at her, and that's what really hurts.
We have a whistle and a timeout called by Tommy Johnson. It'll be a full timeout for Lincoln North Star. You were saying something.
Yeah, well, when you blow a layup like that, you're expecting another 6-footer to come and try to block it. Nobody was there, and sometimes, and she hasn't played much, and you just missed your opportunity. But those are the plays in the first quarter that they were making easy. That's why the game was so tight. North Star made an adjustment. They played better on the defensive end, and they cranked up their defense at half court. And then Millard West didn't react well to it, and they started running their offense at half court and sometimes before they even got to half court.
How about this? On one side, you're going to have quite the traffic jam between Lincoln North Star folks leaving.
It's the white. It's the white out for Kearney versus the fluorescent.
Well, neon. It's neon. Yep.
Neon. Theme. I guess it's a theme, right, for North Star, the neon theme versus the white and blue.
Did you guys do that back in your day?
Yeah, our colors were red and white.
Okay.
And they would do like everybody wear black or red. We didn't have the neon. And
I always pictured Eden Prairie as a purple and gold type of school.
That's Creighton Durham Hall. That's our rival.
Oh.
But
that's a touchy subject?
No, we got after them a little bit, but yeah. They gave us a good licking early, though, I tell you.
3:34 to play in the fourth quarter. We're ready to resume play. Lincoln North Star with the basketball on the left side, now in the near corner. Here is McKenna Powell. Powell throws it up top near the logo to Annie Liu. Annie Liu and Kendall Anderson trying to deliver a state championship to Lincoln North Star for the first time in school history. She's bumped and fouled by Pabin. And Anderson will trot our way and get ready to inbound the ball.
Yeah, that's good on good right there. That's Pabin against Liu. They've been playing against each other for pretty much their whole basketball career, and Annie Liu seems like she's going to get the better of Pabin and Millard West today. Good hard foul there. Good respect there between two really good players.
Here is the inbound. They'll throw it into the backcourt to Joyce Johnson. 3:20 to play in the fourth quarter. Johnson gets it across the timeline, getting harassed by McKenna Rooney. Now the double comes. They're trapping her in the corner. It's ripped away from her by Pabin. Pabin to Rooney. Rooney going the other way for Millard West. Watch out. People coming behind you. Now Grace with Sarah Minor back to Rooney. Now Pabin shot fake. She'll try from three. Finally, Kylie Pabin is able to hit her second three of the day. She's now 2 of 11 from back beyond the arc.
Yeah, got to the 18-point lead. It's never over till it's over. So 3 minutes left. Let's see what Coach Kruger comes up with. The double team has really kind of worked out for him. Tommy Johnson and crew got to make an adjustment off of that.
Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside with them. Come back in 30 seconds here on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "you have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com, as this one is going to be thrown out of bounds. It sent me flashbacks. It was coming our way. It sent me flashbacks of when I snagged it with the right hand earlier in the second quarter.
Oh, yeah?
People forget.
You're going to catch it with the left hand this time?
I could have.
All right, Randy Moss.
You're
a Mont St. Brown or whatever his name is?
I've been compared to a lot of things. Randy Moss has never been one.
Scotty Scheffler?
Have been compared. Not on the golf course, but in other aspects of life. Here is Kylie Pavin, top of the key. McKenna Rooney into the near corner. Watch out. Grace and Sarah Minor somehow snagged that out of the air. Into the near corner. McKenna Rooney with it. Tries to split the double. Now that pass cross floor will not work against this North Star defense as it's taken away. Joyce Johnson brings it across the timeline. Dives and passes it off to Kendall Anderson. Back to Joyce Johnson. Now to Annie Liu. Liu with the basketball near the logo. Guarded by Jalen Moody. On the right side, now dribbling back to the center court. Here's Annie Liu with 13 on the possession. She gets it ripped away from her by Pabin. Pabin, jump pass up the floor, and now reaching in and poking it away was Dotery. Millard West will retain possession as driving up the floor was Sophia Miller, the sophomore guard for Millard West.
Millard West showing a little bit of life, but not enough time left. Down by 18, 2 minutes left. They're trying to create some havoc. And obviously, if they can get something special here in the last 2 minutes.
They inbound it to Moody. Moody to Pabin. Pabin wanted to fire the three on the way. No room to do so. Now Moody, cross-court pass, corner. 3-point on the way. No good for Sophia Miller, the number 22, wearing black today for Millard West. 46-28 your score. 1 minute, 50 seconds to go. A scrum for the ball, a whistle, and a foul is called against Kendall Anderson.
Yeah, a little sloppy play here. You know, Tommy Johnson has now emptied the bench. Kind of Kruger and him looked at each other. Minute 47 seconds left. Down by 18. You kind of get it from a coach's perspective. You got to take the seniors out, and you obviously want to see Pavin have her do. She probably get valiant game, great career, 2-time state champion, going to Minnesota, came up the right way. Letting the fans really show her some grace here the last minute, 47 seconds.
So Kylie Pavin checks out one final time. She won 2 rings the last 2 years, unable to capture one her senior year, and the hugs start to commence on that Millard West sideline with 1:33 to go in the fourth quarter. Long three on the way. It is no good. Rebounded by Dodery. Dodery with the basketball now as Pavin will hug Mark Kruger one last time as they will fall in the state semifinal.
Yeah, I mean, when you win 2 in a row and as dominant as they've been, it's probably not it's not territory that they're used to being in, but they met a buzzsaw today. They've been on the other end of it against North Star, so sometimes it comes back around, and you got to give your hat to North Star and Coach Tommy Johnson. Well-oiled machine, tough, intense, rose to the challenge. Second game is way better than the first. They're on to the championship game.
On the left side here is Northwest, bouncing it near the logo, now right side. And that pass taken away by Dodery yet again, and a lot of physicality, but they're just letting them play.
Yeah, I mean, Dodery is looking into the future. 5'10", athletic, can guard 1 through 5. She's going to be special, too. When you look at it out here, Nick, you got number 3, Neighbor, senior guard, and obviously you got Dodery, you got Pierce. You're seeing the future from years to come for this Lincoln North Star Gator crew.
40 seconds remain here in quarter number 4. Lincoln North Star will have one game left to win as a 3-point attempt is good by Millard West to cut it to 15, 46-31, but you'll have one game left to win for Tommy Johnson to bring the first ever state championship to Lincoln North Star, and they will play the winner of our next game between Kearney and Omaha North. 15 seconds remain here on the game clock. And Lincoln North Star faithful starts to rise to their feet here at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Yeah, dominant performance. Coach Tommy Johnson is probably getting over the hump, but I can tell you what, this crew is focused and they want that first championship. They've worked for it, taking their lumps via Millard West. Millard West played valiantly today, but they just ran into a better team.
Let's take a timeout, come back in a few minutes and put the bow on this one here on 93.7 The Ticket.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Attention Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join up and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard. Guard the good life. Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P. Parents deal with a lot of what-ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what-ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
A membership with John Henry's will fast-track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call
John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful, with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena as we put a bow on the first Class A semifinal of our afternoon. The second one is quickly approaching between Omaha North and Kearney as the two teams have taken the floor and are warming up. But, however, let's go ahead and wrap up game number one in Class A action. Jay, Lincoln North Star one step closer to capturing that first ever state championship in school history with a 46-31 win over Millard West. The two-time defending state champions have been dethroned. It's just a matter of, will Lincoln North Star capture it, or one of these teams in front of us do it?
Yeah, it was a dominating performance. Obviously, it was a even Steven after one quarter, and then North Star turned up the intensity, cranked up the speed, and it was too much for Millard West. Millard West tried to hang in there, but they couldn't withstand both the strength, power, and aggressiveness of North Star. And you had everybody step up for North Star. Early in the game, obviously, it was Pinchins, which he had 13 or 14 in the first half. Then Kendall Anderson started going, then Annie Lou, and then Joyce Johnson had a timely assist. And so they were able to create close to 20 turnovers and withstand the 17 that they did themselves. But 17 steals, Nick.
Yeah.
And then obviously they were better at the free throw line, barely than Millard West. So every kind of crucial category, three-point shooting, free throw line, turnovers, assists, and steals is all North Star, and that's how you win.
Once again, your final score, 46-31. As it is a Lincoln North Star victory over the Millard West Wildcats. Let's go ahead and wrap it up here. Send it back to our 93.7 The Ticket Studios. When we come back in a little less than 15 minutes, Austin Orman and myself will have the call of Omaha North against the Kearney Bearcats. PBA starting to fill up, and we are ready to go in a very short amount of time. It's going to be a great one, a real competitive matchup here on a Friday afternoon in front of a lot of fans here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Jay, what can we expect for this one?
Oh, it's going to be helter-skelter. I mean, Kearney is fast. They're aggressive. Same as Millard North. They have a lot of skill. It's going to be there's going to be a clash of the Titans. You talk about an action-packed game. It won't be. You're going to be great on the call, but I'm telling you, with the fanfare. Look at Kearney. Half of Kearney's here. The whole student section is there. Millard North is representing to our right and behind us. This is going to be a championship type of atmosphere. And judging by the way that they played the other night, it's going to be aggressive and physical.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Send it back to our studios. We'll talk to you very soon from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Lincoln North Star is off to the Class A state championship tomorrow afternoon. We'll be back in a few minutes here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Need service? Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
At Planet Fitness, we're getting strong for the season's biggest games. Join now and your first month is free. Whether you're chasing a buzzer beater or your everyday goals, we've got next level amenities like red light recovery and hydro massage to help you rebound and recover. Plus, with the PF Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and access over 2,800 locations. Join now for $1 down, $24.99 a month, and get your first month free. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, March 13th. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Jake Bachman back at the 93.7 The Ticket Studios with you here as we have a little bit of a break in the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena as teams are punching their ticket to the championship games all day long, and we'll continue to do so into the evening. What a great day it is here in the capital city. All right, let's go over some of the action so far before we get you ready for our next game. Of course, that coming up Tip-off slated for about 10 minutes, so we're going to have to move pretty quickly here. Kearney and Omaha North will battle in Class A from Pinnacle Bank Arena here in about 10 minutes. The winner will take on the winner of our previous game there, Lincoln North Star from the capital city, right here in the capital city, I should say, beat their opponent, Millard West, 46-31. They've punched their ticket to the championship game here, which will be played tomorrow at 1 o'clock for Class A, and they will await the winner of Kearney and Omaha North coming up next year. As for Class B, you've got to wait till this evening to punch your ticket if you are one of the girls in the locker room waiting to get your opportunity. Of course, usually you're in school around this time, and so it's going to be an interesting day for those girls from those locker rooms. But one way or the other, we will have the action here. Norris and Gretna East tonight at 6 o'clock for the chance to get to the Class B championship game. The winner of that at 7:45, the winner of that will await the winner of the 7:45 game, the 2 seed and the 3 seed, Bennington and Pius, respectively. Again, that game at 7:45. The Class B championship game, if you're planning down the road, will be at 6:15 tomorrow from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Class C1, we already know the championship game. It is etched in chalk now, or in stone now. You can go ahead and do it. Milford did beat Gothenburg 63-51 to get in. They will take on Malcolm, who took down Fort Calhoun 72-59. Game that just ended not too long ago in Class C1. Pender defeating Newton 46-36. So they will be in the championship game waiting the winner of Elkhorn Valley. And GACC, they will play here in a matter of moments over there at Devaney. That Class C2 championship game will be 4:15 tomorrow, Saturday afternoon. Then we look into Class D1. They've got their matchups tonight from Devaney as well to punch their ticket. Bloomfield and Sutton will do battle there. The 1 seed and the 5 seed, respectively, at 6 o'clock. At 7:45 this evening from Devaney, Elm Creek in Howells Dodge. But we do have the championship game for Class D2. This is Dundee County Stratton with a 45-25 win over Archangels Catholic earlier today this morning. They will take on Wynot, who upended Red Cloud 59-48 earlier today. So now again, Dundee County Stratton and Wynot in the championship game. That'll start the action here from Pinnacle Bank Arena tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. All right, that'll wrap it up for a little bit of a scoreboard update, if you will. Just wanted to get some national news real quickly in North Carolina's Caleb Wilson. For those Tar Heel fans out there, hoping for him to get back and compete for the NCAA tournament. He is now deemed out for the season after the thumb injury. There was hope that he might come back for Duke, but now that is not going to happen, probably in an NBA draft lottery bound. Also, the Raiders released their quarterback today in Geno Smith. Obviously opens up the door for them with the first pick there in Fernando Mendoza. All right, that'll wrap it up for this show. We will be back with more action from Pinnacle Bank Arena coming up next.
Who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians